Alright, we're live. Let's go. Alright, here we are in the Manatee Pocket. Welcome, Facebook friends. Take a look at the new 2016 Jim Smith 60-foot walk-around. Final push is on to get this boat ready. She just went in the water last week. Hey, good morning, John.
Dale, how are you? Welcome to Jim Smith Yachts.
Yeah, there we go. Good morning. Good morning.
How are you? Come on aboard. Let me show you around.
All right, buddy. As you can see. All right, John, what do you think? Want to start up here in the helm? Take a look.
This is our 60-foot walk around that we're building. The customer actually is out of Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Okay.
And his thing, he really is into bottom fishing and vertical jigging and deep dropping. A lot of meat fishing, I suppose. Not a lot of trolling. So he came to us with a concept, well, not the concept, he wanted to walk around so he can fish all the way around the boat, obviously, as he drifts. And this is what we came up with.
Awesome, awesome. And what, have you ever built a walk around prior to this?
We have done expresses, Dale. We've, back in the days, we did a 45-footer and a 57-foot express.
Okay.
Which is similar but different. They're great boats in that they're very family-oriented. If it's a husband, wife, and a couple kids, it's very safe and easy to handle. It keeps everybody in the same area versus someone being up on the bridge and someone being down below. So it's very social, the expresses and the walk-arounds. And there seems to be quite a buzz for the walk-arounds these days. People in Costa Rica are getting multiple hookups all day long.
Yeah.
The idea to be able to, while you're fighting two fish off the back, have somebody cast off the bow is very appealing. And of course, the sailfish guys in South Florida that kite fish.
Going for numbers.
Going for numbers and multiple hookups, and some of the input there is they maybe feel 60 foot is a little too big. They don't want to have to run that far.
yeah.
But it's certainly great. Let's just walk around.
I mean, how long did this one take to build, John?
We're about 16 months on this project.
Okay.
There's some interesting things, some engineering aspects that are different than your normal boat. There's some things that you have to do differently. For instance, there's really no way of getting from the cover boards down to the deck for fuel fills, water fills, waste pump outs, the like. So, it makes you think outside of the box.
Sure.
So, the cockpit's pretty standard. One of the things we always start with there with our customer is two very important numbers. So it's number one, how high do you want to be off the water?
Okay.
Which is very important to the mates in particular. So we always want to know that number. And the other important number, Dale, is how high, where you want the cover board to hit you in the leg.
Right.
Which is typically on these boats around 27 to 29 inches.
Okay.
Shorter people, and sometimes like them a little lower. We always try to keep it low, but every inch you drop this deck, Dale, you end up probably losing 150 gallons of fuel. So, like anything in these boats, everything is a trade-off. You like to be low everywhere, but you like to have as much fuel as you want as well.
Yeah. Now, what kind of beam do we have here in the cockpit?
Cockpit, we're about 15.5 feet across, coverboard to coverboard.
Okay.
We're going to have first one on me, kind of a glorified rocket launcher in this one, which is called a battle saddle. So you can kind of use it, it will have a gimbal on it. Rod holders and deep drop outlets here, Dale, and if you walk up to the front, you also note the outriggers are mounted up above so that even when the outriggers are deployed, you can still fully walk around.
Nice.
We use the pop-up cleats just to keep everything low and sleek. There's no tow rail on the boat, which there would be on a normal boat, so you're not digging it with a rod if you're fishing up here.
Sure.
a couple rod holders in this area.
Nice.
Yeah, and a nice, really
so
workable area to where if you wanted to, you could put some seating up here. We have it drawn with a bench seat in here and wraparound seating, so you could have a cocktail party up here.
Yeah.
But as you know, Dale, these are all one-offs and strictly built to the owner's specifications. We maintain 29-inch deck height that you saw in the cover board back there. We maintain that height all the way around the boat.
Okay.
So when you're fishing, you have the same feel all the way around. We also didn't put there's no steps in the walk-around, so there's no area where you're a potential trip hazard if you're in the heat of battle.
Sure.
And you can walk around. As you can see, Dale, it gets a little wider.
Yep.
As you come up front here. So if you are fighting a fish, you can have two people pass by each other.
And John, this boat just went in the water last week, right? Correct?
Or
2 weeks?
2 weeks ago, yesterday, yeah.
Okay.
Our typical routine is we drag the boat over there Sunday night to the Hinckley Boatyard across the way. They pick it up for us in the morning off the truck. We fit the propellers and rudders up in the boat. And typically by about noontime, we're able to get the boat in the water, fire the motors up. We have the technicians and engineers from MTU on board to do the startup. We go for a brief sea trial so they can look at water flows, exhaust pressures, and the like, and know that everything's good with the motor installation. Then the next day, Palm Beach Towers, Drew and his crew was there with the tower. We set that on Tuesday, and they are basically done with the tower installation. The outriggers are on. We just have a little bit of buttoning up, some inspection covers to put on and what have you. Custom Marine is doing the electronics. So it's really a race to get the tower on, Dale, because you can't do anything electronic-wise until the tower's complete, so you can get all your antenna wires up into the hardtop.
Now you've run the boat just to try to get it dialed in a little bit. How was that, the sea trial?
The sea trial was fine. We just went up the waterway. We didn't have the proper propellers. I used a borrowed set of propellers.
Yeah.
Which we could find. We were only using 80% of the horsepower, but the boat ran right at 40 knots.
Okay.
We anticipate, we have the right propellers on it now. Of course, that was in a light condition as well. So we anticipate the boat will end up in the 42 to 43 knot range, fully loaded.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Why don't we take a walk back and maybe look at some of the little bit of the helm? Is down below? Is that accessible right now? Or
it's a mess. We're still obviously under construction. Yeah. We've got about 2 more weeks to go on this project. But yeah, it's a little bit of a mess, but you'll get the feel for it.
Yeah, and again, thanks for allowing me to do this and take a sneak peek at this neat boat. I mean, you're getting a lot of
yeah, right. With you, right?
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Oh man.
Coming up.
And here's the walk around. We got some windows here. Nice room. What's that? There he is. There's the man himself, Elliot. Captain Elliot.
How you doing?
You're live on Facebook. The sign of the times there, buddy.
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Oh man, we're just walking through your boat here.
Yeah.
And
through John's boat.
Yeah, both yours. This is beautiful.
Yeah, what we did here, Dale, we've got the refrigerated drink box.
Okay.
And then you want a little bait prep area. There's a starboard cutting board that goes in there, a little bit of freshwater sprayer.
Yeah.
Pretty standard setup. Tackle drawers, which aren't quite there yet.
Yeah.
And then this is a top-loading freezer. Obviously custom done. I believe that's about 14 cubic feet of
cold.
Yeah, nice. Carry a lot of bait. Underneath your feet, we have the fish box, which actually, Dale, goes underneath the pedestal all the way over this side. And then on this side is the bait well, just a round bait well.
Yep.
And we have the Eskimo ice machine, which is pretty standard these days, which will dump into the fish box.
Okay.
And then in the lazarette, just access to the running gear, pumps, not a whole lot you have to maintain back there, but an important area to have access to.
So we got 3 steps. There's the access to your engine room. Tell you what, let me just walk down there real quick. You want to go down and talk about it?
You don't necessarily have to take
No, look at that. Wow. We're still going here. We've got 38 people watching us right now. So
what we have, Dale, is it's the 8-cylinder MTUs. These use 16-cylinder. It's 1/2 of those. They're 22.5 kilowatt generator. Supply power to the boat, obviously. Distribution panel for the whole boat, AC and DC centrally located. We have the fuel transfer from country is very important. We're also able to transfer fuel from key here, Dale, is locating all the equipment so that it's easily accessed to be maintained on the planet. It's all going to break. Batteries, port and starboard.
To clean.
Thank you. Yeah, you start out clean like this with everything properly laid out. Look like this for the rest of its life. It's properly maintained.
Here, boy. Coming out of the engine room. They're coming on and off. I know it. Oh, John.
The idea here is this area will be completely enclosed on all 4 sides. A table goes, you see the pedestal here, Dale, a table goes there. Okay. This is where they will take their meals. The L-shaped sofas are set up with, you see the sockets in the base, so we can have the back facing forward for socializing or flip it around and face it aft. So it's equivalent to mezzanine seating, which is obviously very popular these days. The light. Console to the port side. There is a ice machine, tackle drawers for storage. There are 2 air conditioning units in this area, 18,000 BTUs each, which should, when you have the enclosure done, should keep it very comfortable.
You got your teaser reels up here.
Teaser reels, EDMs, displays for the engines are up overhead.
Okay.
Console itself, fairly straightforward. Garmin obviously has become very popular these days. There were 3 Garmin 16-inch displays.
Touchscreen,
and then radios, autopilot, engine controls, engine monitoring, everything behind glass so that while you're running, you can keep everything well protected.
There's Elliot. Nice view to the bow there.
Yeah, that's controlled, Dale, by the height of what we call the bridge deck or the command deck there. Okay. I mean, we could have been a little lower and still had room for the engines, but having the 3 steps gives you proper elevation so you really can get a good view of where you're going, which traditionally has been a downfall.
Yeah.
We should be able to, captain should be able to run the boat and fish from upstairs.
Yeah.
This steering station is great for cruising. Most captains would prefer this being a little farther aft for actual fishing.
Yeah.
See the fish when it comes up to the transom there.
Sure.
But I think this is a good combination, and again, the gyro will allow you to stay up in that tower when it gets 3 to 5 foot, when you normally really wouldn't want to spend the whole day up there.
Yeah.
So that gyro has maybe changed the fishability of these boats somewhat. We'll see. We'll get back to you in a couple of minutes.
I really appreciate it. This is a really neat boat. And again, we're another week or 2 away from final delivery here, but as you can see, there's a lot to building a boat. It's not just putting it in the water and kissing it goodbye, that's for sure. Let's see. Wow. Here's your galley.
A lot of teak, actually sealing refrigeration. Both of these doors. Kind of a perfunctory galley. They're not going to do a lot of cooking on the boat. It'll be barbecue, microwave. There's 2 cooktops underneath our mess here.
It's beautiful woodwork. Cabinets. And
the nice, I believe they're going to use for rods as much as anything. They wanted that. That's the only full height locker in the boat.
Always looking for storage area.
Exactly.
Got underneath the steps there.
Kind of unique design, kept everything open.
Nice handrails for safety.
Had to be a little clever with the drawers.
Oh yeah.
Drawer.
Yeah.
Be a little careful careful there.
Those are little nuances that boat builders know about.
So Galley,
Yeah.
and then to starboard. Get out of here, wait.
Yeah.
Which this was dictated by the owner. He apparently, particularly in South America, they run 30, 40 miles. He wanted to have his stateroom aft for traveling. Typically in these boats, there, we were saying at the shop, if you put the money in the jukebox, you get to pick the song. Obviously, forward the head and shower.
I'll just walk up here. We're humming. I mean, this is really a unique view of what goes in. Remarkable. The man hours themselves, just to.
Systems are probably our main focus. I mean, obviously, we do a good job with the woodwork and the paintwork, but the systems are what really makes the boat. You can have a beautiful, have issues for the lifetime of the boat.
Yeah, yeah. Everything's labeled, and your crew has been with you. I mean, I know Kyle is.
Oh yeah,
been,
most of the guys have been here. I've got guys that younger people aren't very keen on getting dirty right now. so the older folks that you have that have been this kind of talent in today's world.
All right, let me go back there, John.
Yeah.
I'll follow you out. Okay, now we're going up.
And the builder's comment would be, if anything, to have taken a little bit out of this to use other areas.
Yeah, that'd be a nice size. Plenty of room. Important.
Don't do it yet.
No, I know.
You like our padded walls?
Yeah, right. Okay, I'm gonna. Nice contour.
You obviously nail 4+ feet of beam through the length of the boat.
Yeah.
So obviously you give up a lot of interior space. But the boat is set up, you can very comfortably, but it's really set up for day fishing. Let's face it, even Costa Rica, most guys these days have condos, and so it's. I would have to say, if you're into the walk around, else is secondary.
Yeah.
But it's a very livable interior.
All right, there's your. And where's this boat going to live, you think, John?
The owner, however, he's going to leave the boat in Stewart for a year, explore the Bahamas.
Nice.
And then possibly move the boat down south a little farther for another couple of years. So it's the owner's relatively new to
sport fishing.
To sport fishing. So I think he just wants to get his toe in the water and see where it goes from there. Panama and Costa Rica. As you know, Dale, you've been there many times. It's just an ideal setup for that portion of the world.
Just a couple quick things, John. What does she draw, and how much fuel does it hold?
The boat,
we go over the specs.
We have 1,000 gallons in the cockpit and 400 up front, so there's 1,400 gallons of fuel in it, which should give it plenty of range. I mean, it's equivalent to having 3,000 gallons in the bigger boat with a bigger motor. She's going to draw right at 4 feet. We're swinging. The boat does have tunnels.
Yeah.
Donald Blount designed. So we're right at 4 foot, swinging 30-inch propellers underneath.
Wow.
So it'll get you into places that you want to get.
Yeah.
Mahogany with Douglas first ringers, which is pretty typical of Stewart boats and most of the custom boats these days. Everything else is superstructure. The floors you're walking on are all composite. You know, we're a believer in really building the hull as a brick, and where you take the weight out is, you know, in all the other structures. You felt the cabinet doors down below are all honeycomb.
Yeah.
Like to get Drew to make a little lighter hardtop at some point.
Yeah.
But the boat with a full load on it is slated to be right at 60,000 pounds. So I wouldn't call it, it's certainly not an ultralight.
Yeah.
But a very efficient weight for it, to where the ride quality is really what our focus is. The boat will be very fast and efficient, but ride quality is really our main focus in today's market.
Yeah. Well, John, again, thanks. It's a beautiful boat. I can't wait to see it when she's all prettied up, but it's pretty right now, and I think it's going to be a head turner. I mean, I already had somebody out here on the street say, "What kind of boat is that?" You know, so
it is unusual, and like you say, there does seem to be a little run of interest.
Yeah.
In this type of boat, right now.
Yeah.
Again, the serious tournament fishermen and guys just want to go have fun with their family.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's great. He's always welcoming comments, and call him. And again, Jim Smith Tournament Boats, right here in Stuart, Florida. And thank you guys for tuning in. And until next time, thanks for watching and reading In the Bite. And we'll see you soon. Take care.
Thanks, Drew.